go here. Oh wait, oh, what's that merge? Oh, that's just adding a link on the README down here. Yeah, I can't see any progress. So I guess he'll get to it soon enough. But I have some time today and I was interested to know if he made any progress. Anyway, so that's a big part of what's on my mind. I don't know if that's interesting to anybody else. The other thing to talk about is liquid democracy in particular, or OCAP patterns in general.
Well, I guess I'm up for anything. Theo, do you have any interest in converting my tally stuff into JavaScript?
You asking if I can help converting to JavaScript?
Well,
I can barely read Bash as it is. It's like some sort of voodoo magic to me.
We could do it here together.
Yeah, I could answer all your questions. Of course, I just made it a little more difficult. I initially had it store everything in files so I could see everything, and then I changed it to store it in variables instead. History. Oh boy, I got tabs up to zero. So I made a poll. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, and I commented on the pull request and said it'd be really nice to have tests. We can do both at the same time. What do I got here? I don't know. Set that aside. And then no, I don't want to do that. Well, what's wrong there? Oh, my master branch is diverged. Prune, da, 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 da. So if I go back to, oh. Okay. That doesn't look like, oh, right, because I didn't merge the pull request. I'm getting a hoo-hoo here, hold on. Oh. All right. What if we convert this to JavaScript here and now? That is, I do it with spending your time.
Okay, so that's the old version. Is that the one with the bug in it or the one with the bug fixed?
Well, if this has any bugs, we can do what I've been advocating, which is to add test cases while we fix them. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay.
It's a lot easier said than done. But
Well, that's
I mean, how are we going to simulate all this blockchain stuff?
straightforwardly, as far as I'm concerned. I will show you how to use object capability discipline to make testing more straightforward. Okay. Well, no, let's see. Let's just, okay, we don't need that. Make that a comment. Okay.
Okay, so I set the valid equal to the first argument or the file name valid example.
Okay. I think it ends up.
Now,
I think that did that.
the argument length is not going to be greater than 3.
Here, let me show you what happens here.
Okay, so you're gonna. Does that part count include the name of the program?
Cannot hear you.
Yeah. For some reason, I rebooted the machine, but my fan didn't turn off. So does that argument, argv length, include the name of the program?
And something else, which is a little bit confusing to me, but file, let's see, control P. Do you know how, Theo, do you have advice on how I just run this thing now? Let's see. Theo?
Yeah, you can probably run with Node.js and terminal right away.
Oh, but I want to run it in the debugger, but okay.
Oh, okay. That's...
I can do console log.
What happens when you hit the debug icon?
I hit the debug icon.
Oh.
Now what? Okay, there's a way to do this, to say run current script, but I don't know what it is right now. I do know how to do this. Control K doesn't work. Okay, so if you run it with no arguments, you get 2 arguments. So that's going to be argv2, right? Right. Okay.
And then the second argument was the is the transaction server.
It's called. All right. All right, and then.
Okay, so I guess now you need to read the ballot as JSON.
Right.
And I guess we want to
All right, so that means we need file IO, which we need to pass in explicitly. I like to pass in a thing called current working directory and do this. What's it called? Yeah. But I gotta go get my widget for making the current working directory, which I have on another branch or somewhere. I think I have it on this one. Oops. Darn it. Where did pathlib go? This is probably a good one. Oh, wait, no, that one's, sorry, that one's not relevant. This one might be good. It uses flow instead, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, that's got junk in it I don't want. I definitely had this thing in one of these. Okay, so this one just uses FSP. Fair enough. All right. Oops. Yeah, okay. So we'll use all right. Oh, I've got type set to module here. It's complicates thing. Let me get rid of that for a sec. Really? That sure looks right. What do I do? I somehow got the fs.promises. Where am I? Tally.js. Require fs.promises. Oh, okay. I didn't. There. All right, now there is no such ballot XXX. Do I have a ballot.json? Oh, there it is. I put it up there. Let me move it down here. Okay. And we probably want to read it in UTF-8. There, now we can see that. And then JSON.parse. Okay, so now we've got the actual data. Okay, I'll pause here. Am I making sense?
Yeah, I mean, I have it's a little fast for me. How did you? So so you have this running in the debugger now or no?
No, I'm invoking it by just running node in the script name.
Okay, I thought so. Just now, if you hit the start key when you on debug, what happens then? Nothing.
Oh, there it's connected to a launch script that it's going to run the test sign thing.
I see.
You can try adding new configuration.
All right.
Find Node.js.
Node.js launch program, workspace folder, and then source web tally.js. PWA node, whatever. Name tally. Okay. Where's the actual output? Because I did console log argv.
Terminal.
Oh, here it is. There's, right, that's our argv there. Okay, so you get those two arguments for free. If we step, now we can see that ballot got assigned to the default. Server got assigned to the default. Now here we might be doing more stuff in one line than we want to, but we're going to get a promise for the results of reading this file in UTF-8, wait for the promise to resolve, and then parse the string that comes back and get the results.
So the await is part of ES6?
Yeah, oops, I went over it too fast, sorry. Run it again.
That's sort of nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Okay, so now we have ballot data. Where'd it go? Oh, I guess we never. Oh, we got a syntax kind of error there. So let's do this. Stop, run it again. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, because it's waiting for the promise or something? If we could do this, set a breakpoint here and run. Oh, no such file or oh, because I probably didn't set the current working directory right. This is how you edit the configuration. Okay, run it again. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, now here's our ballot data. Okay, now am I making sense?
Yeah, I guess so. Now, when you log that, will that go to terminal or debug?
goes wherever the log goes here. Okay. All right. And then we're going to get our short descriptions. Equals. So now you made them into roughly an array, right?
Right. I don't know if we need arrays. We can just add access.
Well, I'm going to not redesign this yet. I'm going to try to port it line for line, and then we can think about redesign. How about that?
Sure. That should be easy to extract from array.
Let's see. So where's our ballot data? Oh, we can't see it right now. Well, I guess it's right somewhere around here.
You should be able to see it.
Right. Okay, so if we do values on this object, we're going to get an array of this and stuff. So we want the short description out of each one. Sorry, tally.js. Throw that one away. A map. So that's very much like what this jQuery does. And likewise, yes adder, no adder. I don't know what that's doing. Leave it there. All right. Get rid of all that line noise.
So that last block should probably be an argument, right? Or something where that's where when the election is over. Is the program block.
Can just barely hear you. Okay.
Yeah, it's not programmed yet, but I mean, we will have to not let people vote after some block.
Okay, so this seems to be go through a bunch of gyrations here. Why don't we do
Okay, so I mean, I did a 4-1 to the length of to the number of ballot items, so that the index would correspond to descriptions to the 3 arrays we made.
yeah. That seems like This seems more straightforward in idiomatic JavaScript.
So we didn't need to make those arrays, did we? I mean, if we're not going to
Right. These might be superfluous. Working with JSON data in JavaScript is more straightforward than doing it from the shell. So let's just see that this prints out what we want it to print out, shall we?
Sure.
I'm going to turn these off. Say go. What happened? Anybody know what happened? Hello, what happened?
Good question.
Wait.
Well, there's something. Looks like you found something.
Oh. There. He used a different variable name. So this is a destructuring assignment. So this is like saying const short desc equals item dot desc. Const yes adder equals item dot yes adder. But that gets boring, so it's nicer to just be able to pattern match. Okay. So now we need access to the web. And so where is the API for that? We're doing HTTP or HTTPS? HTTP. Right, so we'll do our probably want one of those. How do we get ourselves an agent? All right, let's do that. So this is another capability we need. Now, is this inside the loop? I think so, right?
Yeah. The main loop is the valid items.
I'm just going to do that much for now.
Yeah, I think we end up needing more information.
Okay, let's check how I'm supposed to use this HTTP API. HTTP get blah, blah, blah. Ooh, boring. supposed to break it down into host, port, and path. Now they have a way to do that, right? Earl, host, port, path.
Um,
Wonder if that matches up well enough. Because this is host, port, path name. Oh, boring. They seriously didn't make it so that you can pass a URL to the HTTP agent. They use path name instead of path. No, it's host. And this is the other way around. What are the odds I got that right? Let's see. Um, agent.get is not a function. Okay, I'm doing it wrong, clearly. Stack Overflow will tell us. I don't want to do express.
like that?
Like what? All right, so I can just. Hold on a second. What? Tally.js, okay. Okay, so http.get of this. And then it wants a callback, but I like to use promises. Let's mess with this for a little bit. See if we're getting closer. Oh.
So if we wanted to, we could delay, instead of waiting for each promise, we could never mind.
I'm kind of not doing this quite right somehow. Let's see. This is annoying because we have to have the request is This is sort of raw promise stuff, and then is that right? And then R on error. How do you spell error? Okay. So it's basically error, reject, error, oops. But that's just the same as just saying reject. I think that's right. So if I do stuff equals await HTTP, no, what did I call it? Get. Drum roll. What URL was I trying to get from? Oh, I have to do all the host port, blah, blah, blah. No? Am I using HTTPS here? No. Okay, this is boring. Error response body. Okay, so I'm doing that wrong.
So this seems like it's awfully hard. I mean, I've done HTTP requests with JavaScript before. It didn't seem to be this hard.
Yeah, you probably used a library. Wait, what's body?
Oh, I think it's
Still, it's trying to do something with 127.0.0.1. I don't understand that. Oh, I'm not passing in the URL. Duh. Okay, we're still not doing very well here. Response on data. Oh gosh, you have to collect all the chunks? Okay, fair enough.
yeah, that's the way I've done it before with the XML HTTP.
Yeah, that was from a web page. This is from Node.js. Okay, so this is response is 200. Oh. Hey, look at that. All right, one could use a library for all that stuff. So I'm gonna not worry about that code. The point is you can get some stuff back from a URL. Now, and the yes, we actually, let's do JSON.parse, await, get, blah, blah, blah.
Why, if it's a, why should, why not just assign it to an object and instead of using the JSON? Oh, I see. You are getting the object. Never mind.
And then, okay, you were getting the stuff, and then you were grabbing the.
Yes, yes was I have to look back now, but we've got all the data in yes there.
Yeah, so we're gonna want to get less of it, so we'll just see what we've got so far.
Okay, we wanted to find out if the
All right, so our yes thing is an array of two things, and the thing has a from matter just like you wanted, right?
right, and we wanted to, you know, so we basically want to count the unique from addresses.
Okay, and then
And then we're going to have to check to make sure the from addresses are valid later.
well, again, I'm just porting what we've got here, and I don't believe that's been done so far. So then, I think you can do unique that way. So now let's see what we've got. Stop, run it again. Oh, we got a set iterator. That's not what I want. Stop, run it again. That was where a type checker would have been nice. So here we go. The yes answers. We got a linked one. Okay.
So we got one vote, right?
Right. So now we want to play that game again.
So I guess as
much as I hate copy and paste programming, we're going to do that here. Okay. Oh, was it, you were just counting them?
that's it. We just want to know how many. I mean, later we're going to do more with it, but right now we just want to know the count. Okay, and then Now we want to find the duplicates, but the things in yes and no. We want to do a union of those two sets, or wait, we want to do an intersection of those two sets. You want to say double? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how yes votes got created. Oh, there it is, T. Okay. So we neglected to do the T.
Oh. Yeah,
So we want,
I don't under. Oh, I see. Yeah. We didn't say that. Yeah, we did it then. Right. Now we want to do an intersection of the no votes and the yes.
wait, what? All right. I think that did that.
Okay, so now we loop through the doubles.
All right.
We just do the loop and have it not do it at the one.
I think there's an empty method, but anyway. Isn't there? While we're on, what we've got set here. Huh.
The back quotes in JavaScript allows the dollar double.
Yeah, the back quick quotes are template literals, and they can do interpolation like that. Okay. We could have called it curl, couldn't we? I think I will. For a more literal translation. And then JQ is spelled, well, we could call it JQ, in fact.
Oh,
No, anyway. Actually, let's do it.
Jason Query, right? One is, what we're getting is the list of transactions that we want to loop through and see and find either the yes or the no, whichever one we get to first is what we is the one that counts. The other one gets set to 0. Okay, the TAC was a bug. No, yeah, don't reverse it.
Well, okay, but there, if we've got a bug, let's write a let's demonstrate how you write a test for it. But I'm going to do it literally for now.
Oh, it's going to give us the wrong. It'll give us the wrong one. It'll give us it implements the oldest vote counts as opposed to the newest.
But again, I want to convert it literally. If there's any bugs, we will fix the bugs, but we will also write tests while we fix the bugs.
Yeah, I guess so. But the bugs are already fixed, but you didn't take the.
If the bugs are already fixed, then what?
Well, never mind. It would have been nice to use today's version of the script. But
No, it's good to have tests for the bugs that you fixed. If anybody implements another method, which we're going to do, right? We want the test cases for all the bugs that you encountered.
yeah.
It's tempting to make, anyway.
Now, if you notice, I had that echo comment out.
You had what?
The colon that comments out the echo yes now.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
That's from the original shell. One of the not so documented. And if the third line is a colon, the next cell by default, otherwise the next cell.
This is forgotten lore. Okay. So no got assigned originally up here. If it's mutable, then we got to call it lat instead of const. Okay.
So if I found a, well, if I found the yes first, the idea is the no doesn't count. Right? Otherwise, if I find the yes first,
All right, so that's inside the if double not blah, 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 right? If double size. All right. I think the squirrely braces are required. And we don't have any files, so we don't need to remove them.
yay. Does that mean we're done?
Well, that does suggest we're done. Let's see what happens. Farp. Set requires new.
Now, the way I'm used to working is everyone would update their update their version when they started working. That would be the equivalent of a pull. And then whenever they stopped working, they would do a push, or a commit. And then what we would do is we would use tags to create versions.
Yeah, all of these have modern analogs.
But we would always have the master be everybody's up to date code. Well, it depends on the size of the team. Now,
Oh, well, that's not the best practice anymore. The best practice these days is that master is the reviewed code.
Right, and everybody works on their own thing, which is a little bit different from people working together on something, which is.
Well, everybody grabs the latest reviewed code and works off that. Anyway, there are different styles, but I very much prefer the okay, anyway, look at this.
Okay.
It looks like we ported the code, right?
Yeah, it looks like you just you need one more space at the beginning of your yes vote.
Correct.
But
I don't need that.
actually, we were going to put this in the table. But you don't have to, I can take care of that later.
I'm going to do echo where we meant to really print things and log where it was just debugging. because echo printing is actually a capability too. All right, I was looking to my console log stuff. This is,
So actually, I guess for the actual report, we probably only want to print the final values, not.
yeah, again, I'm not redesigning it.
I know.
You can take notes or something. Okay, so now I'm going to commit this. Okay, so I'm going to create a branch off of master, and the name for the new branch is tally.js port. And no, that's not it.
I don't know how you keep all these branches up to date.
Well,
Then when we had people working together on things.
let me suggest that your habits are not helping you. Okay, there's a new world. I would invite you to join it.
Where everybody works alone.
No, everybody works together.
Working with old code. There's 20 pull requests waiting in the bin, and they're modifying.
Yes, and it's a superior method because the empirical evidence is that it's superior. Get with it, Jim. I'm not going to argue the merits of it.
All right. It just takes a lot longer.
To produce quality results, that's not clear. It does trade time for people reviewing each other's work and all kinds of things. Okay, so I pushed that. So I could have pushed it to my own fork, which would be one way to not put unreviewed code into the shared master. And the other way is to move it on a branch. So you can do it either way. But okay, if we just go to the home page of the thing, it says tally.js port, pushes, blah, blah, blah. I can make a pull request if I want.
I don't understand.
Okay, this is our project page. You understand this much, right?
You did a push. You did a push from your machine, or
That's correct. I just pushed.
Okay, so you pushed this branch tally.js port.
Correct.
Okay.
And GitHub rewards this behavior, right? Says, sure enough, you did. Do you want to create a pull request? No, it's not done. So I'm going to put it in draft mode.
Okay, so now I go to my fork, and I have to do a merge of this branch.
Well, you don't have to. What's your goal?
Well, I'm going to finish working on
That would be unconventional, but yeah, I mean, if you wanted to do that, you could just check out this fork instead of your own fork, and just git checkout. You copy this, and you say git checkout that, and you'd be all set.
And then I just do a pull. I just do a pull.
No, fetch whatever.
I just do a push when I want to update.
You could push to this branch, yeah. But don't just push fixes without tests. So now the main thing I wanted to show was how you add tests, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the screw case is the screw case on chain right now?
Is the what?
The case that this code does not handle, is it part of the data that we just fetched?
Well, yeah, the error. I mean, where we're counting the wrong one.
Okay. Okay, so first I'm gonna.
Every one of those is wrong where it says alert.
Okay. So one of the anti-patterns here is that we've got sort of complicated logic mixed with I/O. So I'm gonna refactor that. I am going to have something that does all the getting stuff from that network, all the relevant stuff from the network. I know it's going to need that. It's going to need other stuff too, but did we use these at all?
No.
Okay. All right. All right, it's going to need the ballot data. All right, we basically want to do this. We don't even need the short description, really. To download things, we don't need the short description.
Because it's already because it's in the chase.
Yeah. We don't need to unique anything, just we're downloading. Let's see. Right, those are the votes. That's all the votes, right?
Well, what do you mean? We get all the votes, right? We get all the votes for all the issues. So that should be enough as long as we know, as long as we can sort as long as we have the last valid or the valid block after, we can figure out which one was the earliest.
Are you counting on the server to return things in some specific order?
Yeah, it does. It returns the most recent first.
That seems pretty fragile.
Well, we don't have to. I mean, if we have all the data, you know, then we have the last block for every transaction. We don't need to go and get it again for a person. We already have it.
Well, okay. Again, I'll not change the design just yet. I'll just go with what we got here. So we actually.
I mean, there's no need to go get it again if we already have it, is there?
There were probably too many pronouns there for that for me, but.
No, I'm saying we already have all the transactions. So we don't need to get the transactions by voter because we can just, we have them already.
Right. But that would be significant change to the design, and I'm not going to go there just yet.
Well, I mean, the only change to the design would be that we would build a list of,
I understand, but refactoring has no impact on design, okay? I'm refactoring. I'm going to make different code that does exactly the same thing. Okay. Let's see, and then we actually do need the short description because we're doing this more than once. Let's see. And we'll go. No, wait a minute. We want the ID, don't we? It's not the short description. What's the? Oh, we don't want. Okay. Just do that. Okay. But then, let's see, potentially we're going to want to get the things by voter, right? Okay, I lied. I'm not going to exactly refactor because, well, no, yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. All right.
Unbelievable.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm sorry. That was Joanna. Looking at the.
All right. Tempted to put types on these, but not just now. Okay, so now is that what I called it down here? Dot yes and dot no.
A little bit. You just have to figure this out.
Say again?
When you take the validator. Okay, so the object values, we're just ignoring the
Yeah, if you want me to hear, you're gonna have to do something different. Okay.
yeah, never mind, I figured it out.
Okay.
Reviewing the code again.
Yep. Okay, and then here. Da-da-da. So I think this does the same thing. So I took I took one chunk of IO out of the loop and put it here. And then there's another chunk that happens only once. Wait a minute. This only needs to happen. We check for double on each item. I see, okay. All right, let's see if that produces.
Yeah, the intersection, right? So if 10 people voted both a yes and no, we would get back 10
Yeah.
addresses.
I've got syntax error someplace.
Click on errors. Debug console. Oh,
No, I'm not running it with it. TX to TX2 adder. There we go. Okay, there we go. Oops.
so if something returns a promise, you get async.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 69, what did I do here? Ramda, what the heck?
Huh? I'm done.
That's a module that other parts of the code use. What the heck's going on here?
You're not running the wrong thing. Did you run the wrong thing?
Oh, this editor added this in there somewhere for some reason. That's bizarro. What? What line are we on here? Oh, tally.js 66. Yeah, this editor is not lighting up when I need things. That's kind of boring. Probably gonna need server here too.
Well, yeah. Did you save it?
Yeah, it's not set up to do nice stuff right now. There we go. Okay, so that refactor is done. I'll save that much. Okay, so this helps us collect test data.
Well, that's you want to push that before you do too much more?
I committed it. Do you want, is it important to push it now?
I would like to be able to see it. I guess it, I don't know how I see that anyway. Never mind.
There, it's pushed. I'm all for sharing. Okay.
Yep, got the new one.
Sometimes I like to not push because I like to rebase stuff. And anyway, fidget with my commits a little bit more, pretty them up. But anyway, I can always force push. Okay, so I probably won't keep this, but right now I'm just going to write that out. And double votes. So we have that right now, and then we run it.
What exactly do you do?
So we got these new files. So the double votes doesn't look right. Oh, those just mean that's square bracket, square bracket. If it's 2 bytes, that means there's. Oh, I want array from. I don't really want a set, do I? Okay, so now if we look at double votes, member swag, that guy voted more than once, this guy voted more than once, this guy voted more than once. Oh, but we didn't actually get any votes back. I mean, sorry, we didn't record the votes themselves, so that's not going to help as much for testing. Oh, we want the double votes. There we go. Okay, so now we can do a bunch of testing without touching the network anymore, right?
Yeah, I guess what are we going to browse for?
Say again?
There's something's ringing. No,
Are you talking to me?
no. Browse calling me on the phone.
Okay. Oh, you know what would be smarter? This is what I really want to do.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Ralph.
Hey, Jim, I didn't want to disturb you guys with what you're doing, but maybe at some point, Dan was making some comments. I would like you guys help on thinking through the risks and mitigating those for the hackathon.
Cool.
What risks are there?
Participants would come in and find low quality developer tools and documentation and go away and tell everybody that RChain sucks.
That's a real risk. Yep.
So how do we mitigate that?
So here's another OCAP technique. I'm going to take my capability and interpose something that does more to it. Anyway, you can talk about we can multitask. You can talk about that at the same time.
Okay. So first of all, I guess on OCAP, there are videos that I'm wondering if I could include those in the learning links, or is that too much?
No. No, not that one. Well, it really should be here, but I haven't updated it, have I? These are from October 2011 and stuff. There's better ones. Well, more recent anyway. These.
So do Agoric have their chain going already, I guess, or not?
Testnet, and it doesn't do very much. It's kind of hard to use. Hold on, this is a playlist. This is part one. How do I get to the playlist? Anybody know?
Don't we have some? We don't have anything that's Roland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if like saying to them that come to RChain hackathon and learn from Agoric, maybe a little bit of a deviation there or confusion.
You asked.
I know.
This is the best way to learn object capabilities.
Maybe this is what we do after the hackathon for the guys that we want to engage with.
Okay, well, for now, you can point them here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because, let's see, I'll put that in the development channel. And because this has this stuff up here, which is OCAP patterns that compares JavaScript and Rolang.
Nice.
I think that helps learn.
I think this would be a very good link to include in the learning links.
Yeah, because some of these folks are going to know JavaScript, right? And so if they can,
in fact, they're all expected to know JavaScript, and we are giving them a test in JavaScript ahead of time. So basically, we're testing them in JavaScript, Scala, Rolang, and Python. Now, we don't expect that they'll get very high scores in Rolang, but and I guess how we're going to use that combination of scores is yet to be determined. But we're giving them links to Scala learning and Rolang learning and blockchain in general, and I'll include this one with your Rolang and JSON. I already included the. Oh, this is a separate one. If you can throw that also in there in the dev or wherever you're throwing the learning links.
Right. So the goal with this pattern language is to have each of these have JavaScript and Rolang on each of these pages. Because the claim check, I know where to find it in JavaScript, but I didn't put it there. But it's also the claim check is written in Rolang here.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. This is the claim check pattern explained in Rolang. So there's
right.
This is the list of OCAP, the sort of canonical list of OCAP patterns from 2000 that I've been. Oh yeah, it's only 14 things long. Anyway, oh, and the mint maker should go up here too. yeah, if somebody wants to help me flesh this out, that would be really cool.
I mean, what are these people going to see? Let me do a skill screen on that.
Can't hear you.
What? Okay. Yeah. I guess this is where people are going to go. So if you link anything into here.
Yeah, that would probably, that's what we should do, is work on that thing.
I think, I think we could start out with object capabilities.
Yeah, I think this already are included in there. So maybe if we can link those things into this, that'll be good.
Well, or copy them. I mean, this is, anyway. Although this is not a straightforward place to compare them with JavaScript. I don't know. But anyway, but yeah, this site's a good place to put stuff too.
I see.
Well, the design patterns, and then, I mean, I don't know if it should be part of the same thing, or you can just have, for now, you can just have another bullet that says OCAP patterns or something. I don't know. I mean, it's all design patterns, but. Whatever is easy.
Yeah, well, none of it's easy. That's the trick. Wow. Oh, I see.
Let me share your screen again.
Oh,
So is anything else from a hackathon standpoint I should worry about and see what we can do?
well, we identified some things to do. We didn't identify very many people to do them. Is there any people?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one thing that I'm worried about is this is like a 24/7 2-day thing, right? So it's a 48-hour thing, and we need people to be able to handhold the teams for a period of time for that weekend. And that is one thing I am worried about. Like I said, there's only 8 to 10 developers total, and we have to support the teams with that, and we still need to get sleep and everything. But
I guess the short answer is no. I'm not crazy. This idea is crazy, and whoever announced it was a little bit crazy at the time, huh?
I mean, it's probably the guy that announced it is still crazy, probably, but he's trying to do the best, because whether we do it now or whether we do it in December, we'll be in the same boat. So this is more of a trial run for another one in 3 months, 6 months, whatever time it's going to be. So. But I mean, one thing we can do is we can control the number of people we take in, and that might reduce the risk some, in many different ways. Right now, the thought process is to say, let's see what they show us. For example, what we're doing when they register is that we're asking them to register with their GitHub email. We're asking them to get a Rev address. Until they do that, they don't even finish the registration. And then they go through the Golang, Java, Scala, Python test. And then we shortlist a few of them and say, now you go pull do some pull requests against either projects in the RChain community GitHub or the RChain GitHub repo. And then we kind of use that as part of it. I mean, some more people may drop off at that point. We don't know. But so it's kind of like we're filtering them.
Okay, all right. So, and what motivation is there for anybody to jump through all these hoops?
That's a good question. I guess, we may naturally get only 30 or 50 people. Now, the motivations, the couple of things that we're offering, obviously there are prizes in the hackathon, which I don't know is a significant motivation. But then we're also offering internships to not everybody that's selected there, but those that we deem capable.
Okay, this is starting to make more sense now.
Yeah. So,
And do we know if anybody knows how to market to this audience? I guess that that was your contact, your key contact.
That's where the code tantra comes in, right? So they already have signed up with computer science departments in like some 200 colleges or something. And they had run a hackathon or two before, not an international one. And they have a platform where, 50 rooms can be held where people can watch what's going on and help and all that kind of stuff. So that whole marketing and the physical infrastructure for running a hackathon is what they're offering. And we're trying to leverage that. And then we're including also the universities in the US that have blockchain competency centers. Like there's one in Buffalo, there's one at UIUC, there's Berkeley, there is whoever else. But ones that have blockchain competency centers, I'm assuming they have more of a motivation to get the message out.
Yeah, so if we look at this as a goal of getting 3 interns, that to me looks like a cost-effective project. You get 20 people through or 30 or something through the hoops, and 3 of them stick around afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I see why anybody would do this.
Yeah.
So,
and then we can have a little bit of what do you call, some kind of a motivational program for the other 50 or 200 that have come through, right? To say, hey, stay engaged with this and we can market.
I believe you on the rest of it. Yeah. I was just trying to figure out, why anybody would announce this hackathon at all. But yeah, now I can see how it can make sense.
Yeah.
But this developer retreat from 2017, I think that could be good. Look, there's a couple of them in there. Mike Stay's presentation on on Ladle is how I learned Ladle. Maybe there's a better one since then, but that one takes you all the way from knowing nothing about category theory or anything like that. Where'd it go? This one. It's 2 hours, and you get basically a college course.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. And there's a few other ones of those that are especially.
Let me paste here a link to the Roland learning links, and then I'll give you permissions on that also. So,
okay, so the other one is the 2018 Colorado thing, right? And Greg gives one on the Row VM that's a total keeper. Let's see.
Is there a row?
All right. This one.
Well, we didn't have a VM anymore. We're using the Java version.
There's definitely an RChain VM.
It's so it's not Rosette, but it's something else.
Right. It's the tuple space combined with Rolang. Yeah. If you haven't watched this talk 3 times, then please do. I mean, I think you know the contents of it, but it's got like really great visuals and stuff. Yeah, we don't have his slides that you can just go grab his slides anywhere. It's just a crime. Anyway.
This was Greg's, right? So Greg may still have the slides somewhere.
Oh, sure, he still has them, but can anybody else find them? Can you find them with Google?
I will ask him to make
them available. A website around here? Frustration.
Well, I'll ask him. Then basically, if you identify the best ones, what we can do, we can even push it up to developer.rchain.com, right? I mean, RChain.coop.
Right.
that would be the best thing to do. Is when they go there, people have that the gems out of this 3 years worth of videos and all that.
Hey, the board could even make a communications committee where we could get this shit done.
I thought Daryl was working on that.
Okay, the idea was in March. I can't imagine why it takes the board longer than 3 weeks to figure out that we should do this. Maybe I should make an IOB. It's a little frustrating to make an IOB given that we made one for quarterly financial reports and we don't do quarterly financial reports. What's the point of an IOB?
I have an update for you on that. I did ask even as late as a couple of days ago, and I said, what's going on? And Lilia said, well, you know, Jackie seems to be almost ready to get those, but she was going to follow up with her, I think today or tomorrow. So it's like a today or tomorrow on an ongoing basis. But
I was going to say, you're going to bet me $50 that it'll be done in 2 days? It's overdue by 3 months. Yeah, it's just not happening, okay? You know, what we seem to be able to do is annual reports. We should make a new IOB that says we're not going to give you quarterly stuff because we can't do it, and we'll just do it. Integrity is almost more important to me than quarterly reports. If you say you're going to do quarterly reports, do quarterly reports. If you're not going to, you know, do quarterly reports, change the freaking rules. Anyway. By the way, so everybody knows this, I told Greg, you know, he said, you know, we don't have enough effort available or whatever. And I said, give me the raw data and I will produce the reports. And he said, are you a certified blah, 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 blah. And I said, does somebody have to be a certified blah, 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 blah? And he didn't answer. I'll give you my qualifications. I can track every penny I've spent since I was 15. I have it in version control. I have it in a double entry SQL database that's, anyway. All the details are these are my credentials. So
nice. We should hook you up with the accounting firm so that.
No, you should just give me the freaking raw data.
Well, I mean, I guess to.
I don't want any accounting firm. I want the raw data so I can publish it to the membership. Nothing else. So I don't want anybody in my way.
So those are 2 videos then that Mike's Taste Ladle one and Rolling VM by Greg that you mentioned, and then there's the OCAP stuff. Anything else I should include in the learning links?
What was the one? Was it Kyle? I can't even remember. He did a really nice tutorial on Rolang way back.
RChain state Kyle Butt. I think it was the other guy.
I don't know why I can't remember who did it. I'm thinking Chris Williams. He wasn't around.
Getting started. Oh, what is?
Well, Kyle was around. I mean, Kyle was certainly part of the development team. I don't know who,
well, this is,
depending on what part of the.
This looks like one of the more relevant ones.
Kent. No, probably Kent. I have one. This is where I confuse.
Yeah, the issue here is Well, maybe not much has changed. Let's see. If we just look at a piece of Rolang and see if it's got any, that syntax is all still good. No, that's not syntax. You know, it's kind of annoying when the slides say comma and we actually changed it to colon or something.
Yeah.
This looks pretty good.
So I gave all three of you the access to the hackathon learning links. So if you guys can throw your links there, I can add that.
You did this would have been like a Google Docs thing, so I should have
Yeah.
gotten an email.
You would have gotten an email, yes.
Hackathon, there it is.
I could have allowed editing, but I put you guys in as commenters because last time I made everybody an editor. What happened is some of the stuff I did there seems like it was cut off or something, so I had to redo it. But if you don't mess with other stuff, I'll be happy to give you editor on those.
No, suggesting is fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the very low cost version. And do that. Whoa, that's really messy.
That's good. I mean, I think it's looking that way because of the oh, I see. Oh, no, that's okay, I think, right? Oh, you cut and paste from your
yeah, from chat. Yeah. I can do a slightly cleaner version if you want, or if this is good enough, just
that's okay. I can clean up.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Okay. So I'll cut and paste those up on top. Thank you. I appreciate it. So anything else you guys can think of that would make them, at least we can say we gave good, reasonable resources to prepare.
I think, you know, the real-time support is going to be the tough thing.
It is. It is. That's what I'm most worried about. That if we have too many teams, then we may not be able to respond because. But we have to see what we can do. Anything else that you guys see as a risk with the hackathon, either reputational or otherwise?
I mean, it's, I don't know, it's just really embarrassing to, and
but if you look at it, I'm sorry, go ahead, Jim.
I mean, we really need to get a very clear sort of like sort of like you know, a template for this is for Python, this is for JavaScript.
Yes, but in order to do that, we could use more hands, right?
Yeah.
So if we just throw the crappy stuff that we have at 5,000 people, there's a reasonable odds that 3 of them will come to the top and say, hey, look, I'm willing to be an intern and help you guys out.
So here is the other thing you can think of is problem statements. If you think there is that, if we can break down the tools needed or improvements needed into a task or a problem statement, that's something we can say, hey, you know, here is a problem statement. It could even be a GitHub issue as a pre-test. I think that may be too much for them to use it as a qualifying thing. But if we can certainly say, you know, this is one of the problem statements and have people go at it or a team solve that for us. So if you guys think we can break down the tools needed into 5 tasks and then make each one a problem statement.
I'm inclined to go at it backwards at this point.
Okay.
The people I'm interested in for interns have got something they want to do. All right. They want to make toasters smarter, let's say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they watch Greg's talk on the VM and they can say, oh, I can see how to make my toaster smarter now. and they grab the tools and they suck and they start trying to make a toaster smarter. And so they make a little cheat sheet from themselves on Rolang. And so that gets added to our educational materials, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people are going to they're going to improve the situation because it sucks and they're developers and they scratch their own itch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I see it happening. What I want is those 3 or 4 or 5 people that actually have something they want to build, and they're willing to jump through quite a bit of hoops right now because they think RChain is going to help them build it.
Yeah, so if they come up with their own problem statement, that's fine. But is there a possibility for us to create problem statements and say, here are some things you can work on?
It's possible. It's not appealing to me, but yeah.
It's not, okay.
And I don't mind if anybody else does it, sure.
Yeah, you could do it around like convert.
Now my favorite hackathon question is, what do you want to build?
Yeah, no, in the registration form, we are asking them to give basically a team and a problem statement, even though the teams might shift, because if only 3 of the 5 people in a team qualify, we'll rejigger the teams.
That's right. That's naturally how hackathons work. Is you get your own ideas together. Oh, we're going to do a regular traditional hackathon, huh?
Yeah. So
cool.
And then
it wouldn't hurt to give them some sample ideas like converting dpel to Rolang.
Say again. Converting the what to Rolang?
dpel.
Business process execution language.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I have 100 ideas then. Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it needs to be achievable. Like I say, I mean, it needs to be challenging but not frustrating, right? I mean, what the mix is, I don't know, but
well, this is the thing. These a good hackathon is a little miracle catalyst. Have you ever been to a hackathon where at the end of the hackathon there was like 4 presentations and 2 of them became actual products? I've been to one of these things. It's totally miraculous. You take developers, pizza, Jolt Cola, in 48 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to a degree, that's what we're hoping for. Now, what is also challenging is that this is a virtual hackathon, and the teams are virtual. They're not necessarily sitting in the same room or anything like that. So there's a bunch of challenges because of COVID and beyond, and our own resources. We couldn't probably host a physical one if we wanted to right now because we don't have the money.
Right.
But virtual is something we can afford. But yeah, so there are challenges like that. But I think, but to Jim's point, I mean, as long as we come up with problem statements that could motivate them or think about things, because they may not pick any of those, but at least the parsing behind the problem statement might help them think through and then say, okay, what can I do as something I'm interested in?
Yeah, examples who get them thinking about their own ideas.
Yeah. So can I count on the 3 of you to give me some example problem statements? Go ahead, add them in the same hackathon document on the bottom.
Is there an up-to-date cheat sheet?
The current one's not too bad. I think it's slightly out of date. But if you Google for Rolang cheat sheet, you basically win. At least I do. Maybe Google knows that this is what I want.
Yeah, especially if you have it. Starred in Google Chrome.
Yeah, I mean, the syntax has not changed in more than a year, right?
Well, yes,
year and a half, 2.
The worst one is peak. For some reason, we changed the syntax for peak. I have no idea why.
So does this need fixing?
Need is a strong word. I'm sure that the planet will continue to rotate if we don't fix this.
So, yeah, no, I think no. The reason is this is kind of what I was, what you were referring to as getting a bad reputation. I mean, at least the cheat sheet needs to be correct in my mind.
Well, I don't know what the source code is. I mean, if you had the source code, you could just change 2 characters and be done. But I don't know what, you know, so you have to go and recreate the whole thing as far as I know.
So this on, oh, I see.
There's a copy on developer.rolling.
That's
Developer.rolling, it sucks so bad it doesn't have any Google karma.
So I know,
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's 404. Does anybody around here know how to build a website?
Yeah, I guess we should screenshot that for Ian.
Ian's got a lot of things to do. Come on, it can't be he's the only
Well,
one.
there's one on Rolang.github that I know. I mean, I don't know how you get there, but this is the, I don't know. This is where it is. It's under Roll Assets, Files, Rolang Cheat Sheet, 10418, something.pdf. And I'm trying to remember what was wrong with Josh's version. So I was see if it was fixed here.
Well, this is a repository by Joshi, but I don't see any source here either. So I don't know how you edit it.
So this was updated. This one says it was updated 10/4/18.
yeah, so that was a while ago. We need to.
I mean, that's fairly up to date, actually. I'm just looking see if anything's wrong.
Just look at the peak syntax is wrong.
So Dan, do you see anything else that's wrong?
I use that thing pretty often, and I'm not aware of anything else that's wrong with it.
I can't remember.
There's some stuff that's missing, but that's not too bad. It's pretty obscure stuff that's missing.
Where is the peak?
Go up under sends and receives. It's the last thing under the sends and receives. Up just a little. There you go. Oh, down a little. There. Peak at Y on Chan. For Y, there you go. That should be less than dash, or less than hyphen instead.
Should I fix that?
Yeah, go ahead, Jim. If you're able to fix it, please.
Well, I don't know that I can fix it with the.
It was probably done with like PowerPoint or something. So you know, maybe you can use just a thing that can smash into PDF files. I don't know.
Yeah, it is available there as a PDF. So maybe you could use the PDF editor.
I mean, I don't know if anybody has that font, or you know, you could just sort of put some whiteout on it roughly.
So I don't get it. I mean, normally I would get a choice here as to if I wanted to sign the document or whatever, then I can edit it. Now it's not working. A Roland file.
I can try to doctor it in Affinity Designer. I managed to open the PDF, so I can give it a shot.
What's the tool you have?
Affinity Designer.
Affinity Designer.
Yeah.
Can you save it back as a PDF, Theo?
Yeah, I should be able to save it back as PDF.
Yeah, yeah. Rather than screenshot, if you can give him, give Jim or whoever the PDF, maybe we can upload that over there.
Yeah, we do have a designer in the house. Cool.
This is, no, this has got the text in there. So it's not, it's currently not an image. I mean, if I were to try to fix it, I would capture the image. And then I would probably just retype this whole line. And put it
Yeah,
all-
but
No, but that's already done.
Theo
by
has the right tool.
Yeah,
So,
Theo
done.
already
I'm
fixed
just
it.
gonna upload it to Discord now.
So
Just a
when
sec.
we say it's missing stuff, what is it missing?
Like deployer ID, the block info. I mean, like I said, it's not.
registry.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Stuff that doesn't need to be, you know, you could consider it out of scope, but that is a big help. Yeah. Oh, all the fonts changed.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't.
I mean, the fonts are not horrible. They're less readable now, but they're not, you know, the information's still correct and stuff.
Where did you put it?
He put it in the developer channel in Discord. This is like awesome.
So deployer ID, block info, what was the other one?
Okay, so the right answer, I'm going to share my screen, I think. How do I do that?
The only thing you didn't update, or you didn't update the update date.
Jim, can I share for a sec?
Sure, you can steal it any time.
Oh, when I tried it, I lost.
I set that option. So anyone
Okay, maybe I was just confused. Okay, so this is the RChain repository, rolling examples. So I have pleaded and pleaded and pleaded that anytime anybody adds anything to Rolang or anything that they add it here. But I don't see registry. Oh, yeah, we do. There's registry. So the thing to do would be to make sure this stuff, but there's also oh, there's block data. Look at that. Okay, those are the two that I can think of.
Okay.
Now this, I've
Oh, sorry, the deployer ID and deploy ID, are those in here somewhere?
now this is a page I found, which is the blog article, RChain Powerbox summary.
So let me make sure, when we say it's missing information about deployer ID, block info, registry, are we saying include links to those parts from that repo? Is that what we're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying leave the cheat sheet alone. It's quite nice.
Okay.
And there's other things you need to know.
Ah, okay. So these links can go into the learning
Right.
learning links thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is, I'm hoping that the dev team keeps this up to date, and if I were to hire a tech writer, I would say, look, cover all this material and you've covered, you know, everything that people can write in smart contracts. Right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's like something buried in a Scala test case somewhere and it didn't make it into here, and I'm like, ah. You know, you just added something incredibly powerful to the platform and buried it under, you know.
Right.
guess I should have switched to the education channel, but oh well.
So,
By the way, I switched the business of capturing the network output. I just took the curl function and made a caching curl. So now we can make a curl that works for testing purposes that would just pretend it's the web, but it really gives you, it serves stuff out of here. Does that make sense, Jim?
I'm sorry, lost my focus there.
Okay, so we had the IO mixed in with the logic and stuff like that. And we had this function called curl that acts like curl. And so I just made a little function that does the usual curl thing, but also writes the results to a file.
Right.
And so then we could make a curl thing that never doesn't touch the network. It just gets the data out of these files for testing purposes.
Right. So we can have a test curl.
Right. And so that's how object capabilities can help you with testing. Is that you can replace each of the capabilities, you can replace them with something that just grabs test data or something.
So how do you integrate testing? You have a separate file where you run the test?
Yeah, you can have the whole set of these files for each test case, or you can organize things differently. You know, I just wanted to sneak that in there. It could be that talking about the hackathon has higher priority, but I just wanted to finish that thought here.
And if I'm going to be working on these test cases, you're going to have to know what I'm doing.
You've gone below audible.
Oh. I said, yeah, but if I'm going to be working on these test cases, I got to know what I'm doing.
Okay, I'm happy to switch back to that discussion. I would like to do one test case together, and then you could do N of them.
Sounds like a plan.
Now or later.
What time is it? 4:30? I have a half hour.
All right. I want to make sure that the URLs, because the URLs had slashes in them, which made them unsuitable for file names. So I just grabbed the last 20 characters of them. Let's see.
Why would you need it? Oh, you mean the URLs? All in the name of the variable they're read into. Or I see what you're doing. I mean, it happens that all the gets are the same URL, except for the last thing in the path.
Right. So I'm sort of counting on that, but I wanted to verify it here. They're all API transfer.
Yeah.
So why don't I do this? Does that work?
Well, how do we override things? Do you need to have a separate program that calls this or calls that?
We'll see. Okay. Now I don't need to log it. All right, and then let's see.
Okay, we could either make an argument, right? Get a test or not.
Yeah. This is just one way to do it.
Yes.
This reassigning a global variable is pretty clunky, so I would organize it differently, but I would pass the curl into a function below, but we'll do this for now. Oh, boring. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, that didn't work either. It sort of did. When you're, yeah. Clearly, we weren't using the network because the URLs were all screwed up, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to do the test mode, you have to give the things explicitly, which is fair enough. Okay.
Show me that command again. I mean,
Sorry, show you this?
yeah, that.
Okay, so now I am gonna not clobber a global variable. Actually, the rest of this doesn't need to be async because now I'm not doing any. Darn it. I wish the editor would do that. Where'd it go? That was weird. What happened there? Okay. Paste. There. I wish my editor would tell me what other arguments I need to pass from main to there, but oh, maybe echo. Because it needs the power to echo. I might as well call curl let it do it this style. I don't know why I do it, but I just stick a thing at the end that's got the sort of IO capabilities. There tends to be and then use these arguments for positional arguments for just plain data. I don't know why I do it that way, but vote transactions. Okay, so we do. Okay. All right, and down here, we're going to assume that curl got, HTTP got included into curl. So we'll do that way. And where do we call those? FSP, line 67. Right, I don't need to do that anymore. Okay. Look mono network.
So do you have a subdirectory? Man mode where you have the data? Cache?
It's comma cache. I use comma for temp files. It comes from using MH a long time ago.
Common cache. Okay, what was that argument, mad mode that you gave?
Oh, that's, this is the server. You know, I can put anything I want here. It just has to be some, it actually, I don't have to put anything in there, but it's kind of weird because dash dash test gets reused as the server argument. This just looks a little funky, right? So I just put something here that's like, you know, server not used. When you're in test mode, it doesn't matter what the server is, right? The cache only cares about the last 20 characters of the URL. Am I making sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So the so there's going to be so when we cache it, it's going to overwrite the test data.
I almost heard you there. When we cache it,
When we cache it, it's going to overwrite the test data.
well, yeah, we can have lots of different cache copies. I mean, the cache is, I'm just collecting some test data right now. You know, I would probably call the test, you know, test one or, you know, test order or something like that and blah, blah, blah.
Well, probably have the dash dash cache equals
Right,
some name.
right.
Okay, so
Yeah, I guess I could. Right, and then you can say, right, and then git add test to order. Feels a little weird to push a whole bunch of data. I usually think about that harder, but. And a lot of times you don't put the test data in under source. So actually, let's do that. Right.
where did you put it? I mean, you're under source and under web. Right. Okay.
Okay, so now another problem we've got, I should have smelled this earlier, is that the tally thing doesn't return any results. It just prints things, right? So, I mean, it's not a huge problem. We can have a capability that acts like it's printing, but actually swallows up the data and then tests it. But that's kind of a little backwards ass, right? So we should have this function tally. We should actually have it return the results, right?
Right.
And we can do it kind of. All right, well, we can have it do both here. Uh, and then this is a little messy, but oops. And then I'm just gonna.
Now, let's see. Here, I mean, I would think we would just make a map of the results.
Yeah. Oops. Instead of doing a cache argument, I'm going to be cheap and just use a symlink for a second. There, okay. So that's what it comes up with, right?
All right. But we sort of are going to now.
And we think this is incorrect, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's test frameworks and stuff like that, but I'm not going to mess with that just yet. Well,
Now we could return the actual counts that are yes and no.
say again?
Instead of returning the count to one of the two, we could well, we could show the actual counts, but that's not the way we do it.
I'm not sure what you mean. There's the actual counts right there.
No, the rev accounts.
Oh, the voters who voted yes and the voters who voted no.
Right, which we don't have, but we could get those.
Right. Well, you know, they're right there.
Okay. Yeah. But and then if then we can detect if we have the same account vote, And then we can look up the account and see if the yes or the no is no. First, thinking about how to test that. I don't know how
So we can do this. Yes, count. Yes, and voters. Yes, votes.
what happened.
Right.
Okay, so you have an array for voters.
Right. Is that what you wanted?
Well, it depends how we're going to write this test. I mean, the test would be that.
Well, the test is visible even if we just do the counting, right? In fact, the result of the co-op decision doesn't depend on who voted for what, right?
Well, the bug that's here is that we're counting their first vote rather than their last vote.
Right, but that shows up at the count level, right?
Shows up at the count level.
We're getting the wrong count. So if we just do this much, this is the wrong result, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
okay, so we just get the results that we should get, and we make that the test to see if we got that.
right. So we can do something like, here's our test suite. And in the first case, what's the right count? Which part of this is wrong?
Well, it's not obvious looking at that,
You have the corrected version on your machine, right?
yeah.
So which part of this is wrong?
Okay, let me just. Okay, so the first one that's wrong is Kathy Duck. Okay, it should be 1 yes and 2 no.
The total number changed?
Shouldn't. We had. Oh,
We went from 4 voters to 3 voters?
Yeah, because one guy voted yes and no.
Okay.
But didn't we already take him out? I could have sworn we already were supposed to take him out. The duplicates, we were supposed to do the unique. Wait, okay, we did the unique.
Okay, Daffy Duck, alert, blah, 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 voted yes and no. And then we look at that guy's votes. And we didn't, the tally didn't change, which is where the bug shows up, right? We should have changed his vote from no to yes or something, but that would have increased the tally for 1, wouldn't it?
It should have decreased, yeah.
Should have what?
Because the one guy was counted twice.
Oh, the yes vote is from the guy who voted twice. Okay.
I'm missing something there. I see different results than you're saying.
Yeah, we see different results. I've got the bug. Right?
But under Daffy, wait, Donald Duck is what we're looking at?
You told me Daffy.
How come I have Donald, you have Daffy?
I have both.
Oh, okay, I see. There's Daffy. Okay, so I have 1 yes and 3 no. But one of the guys voted in both for yes and for no. So I ended up 1 yes and 2 no.
Right. So this is the bug here, right? So Daffy Duck should have a 2.
That's not the same bug that I expected at all. Because I expected that it would say 0 yes now. Because you looked up the accounts in reverse order. Okay, the transactions have to be in order, because if they're not in order, you're not going to get the same result. But they're in reverse order. So Daffy got a total of 3. Total of 1 yes and 3 no. But the 1 no was older than the yes for the same guy, so we subtracted 1 from it. Let me look at our code and see how we can.
I was asking what's the correct count? Can we just stick to the count level here?
Yeah, the correct count is for Daffy Duck is 1 and 3. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 and 2. 1 yes, 2 no.
Okay, are there any other of these the counts that should change?
Which we have 2 DODs.
No, we have Daffy Duck and we have Donald Duck. DAD and DOD.
Daffy Duck should be 1 and 2.
That's what I've got.
Okay, and the item of business should be 1 and 2.
Okay, that's what I've got.
Okay,
What about Donald?
Donald should be 1 and 2.
Okay. And Wiley?
Runner should be 1 and 1.
Who? Who should be 1 and 1?
Roadrunner.
All right. Now, is it correct now?
Where's Wiley Coyote? Oh,
2 and 2.
okay.
Is that correct?
No, it's not correct either.
Should be
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
I don't know how that could be wrong. It could be somebody, no, I just ran this here, so I was gonna say something, it could be somebody just voted.
We did have a dual voter on Wile E. Coyote here.
Yeah, Wile E. Coyote didn't have a duplicate vote. Now we counted it wrong.
All right, let's check here. Oops. Did it? Okay, stop. All right, if we run, oh, we're going to want to change the arguments here. Copy. Configuration. Oh, I should have made that a separate configuration. What just happened?
I don't know.
Any idea what's going on here?
What's the problem?
Well, I hit go and I don't get any breakpoints. It doesn't do anything with the breakpoints. Oh wait. Okay. Because I got a syntax error. But anyway, okay. Okay, so we got one double voter in the case of the item of business. Is that correct?
Yeah,
And one in the case of Daffy Duck. And one for Donald Duck. And Wile E. Coyote, you were not expecting one? Oh
Nope.
yeah, we got no double here. Oh, double dot size. It should be double dot length. All right, that was the bug there. Run again here. So now it's Donald, Wiley. Okay, there's no doubles for Wiley. Okay.
so
Um,
Use member swag.
what about it?
Oh, member swag is the
Yeah.
business. Okay, so there's errors.
Right.
How come did we not? How come we didn't detect the errors?
Well, 'cause we didn't write any code to detect the errors. I'm writing that now.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay, we got the alerts, right? So we should have subtracted from the no votes, but it doesn't show the subtracted amounts. And
You told me that those echoes were commented out.
no, after we adjust the yes and the no value.
Uh-huh.
Okay, then we have an echo of the yes and the no at the below that.
First, let me just put the failing test case in there and then we'll debug, okay? Because we don't want to have to eyeball this stuff. We want to just run the tests and have the computer tell us whether it worked or not. All right. All right, and JavaScript doesn't have a deep equal. So this is boring, but we'll actually, it's sort of useful. ID and ID and actually, let's see. If actual ID dot yes not equal expected. I should have done that differently. But this should work. Oh, wait a minute, that needs FSP, doesn't it? Needs file system access. Ballot data. Oh, it wants to, right. What? Oh well. Where did, expected is not defined. Boring. Actual is bloop. Ah. Tally should really not be async, but it thinks it's going over the network. So anyway, we should be able to collect all the data and then run the tally on it, but we have to refactor things for that. I'm not in the mood.
Well, I mean, a file rate is asynchronous, isn't it?
Say again?
A file read is asynchronous.
Oh, that's true. Well, but the tally doesn't have to read files.
I see, yeah, you're reading them.
Ah.
Well, it's either going to read files or it's going to do HTTP.
No, the tally, we just give it a bunch of data and it computes the tally. This is the way it should work. Okay. Board, Daffy Duck, field no, expected 2, actual 3, expected 2. Okay, so now.
But we don't know what data we're going to need initially.
But when we're testing, no, when you're running a tally, the tally computation is just a computation over some data, right? So you can collect all the data ahead of time and then run the tally algorithm.
That's true, but then
we currently are doing curl inside the tally, which is goofy, but whatever.
When you tally initially, you don't know who the voters are. So you can't see which one they voted for first.
Right, but you can still collect all the data first and then run the tally algorithm.
You don't know who voted. How do you get the data, the transactions for the voters?
You can grab the vote transactions and then take all the voters and grab all their voter transactions. You can do all that before you do any tallying. Right?
So you
That
grab,
would be design, but
and then from all those transactions, you can get all the voters.
right.
And you can get their transactions whether you need them or not.
Right. Run test. There. Yeah, this I don't need.
The alternative is that that seems like a lot of work to get all the voters. When the only time you really need them is if somebody votes yes and no.
Yeah, I mean, a few hundred HTTP requests is nothing in the large scheme of things here.
All right.
Okay, so we now have our captured failed test, right?
Yeah.
Oh, am I using as promised here? I am. Wait a minute. Have it. Okay, am I actually using that? I'm not. That was boring. Roll that one back. Just a sec. here. Don't mind that. Oh, that might actually cause you some heartache. So, but that'll cause me some heartache if I don't have it. So be prepared to, if you're going to run this tally thing, be prepared to take out the type module from package.json. Okay, so that's awkward at this point. Maybe I could push it on this branch. Ugh, anyway. Okay. Source web ballot example.json. Oh. Did I forget to git move that? That shouldn't be a new file. Did I somehow commit the deleting of the ballot example? Oh, maybe I never checked it in the first place. Did you?
No.
I might as well. Oh, I had it checked in as part of the larger thing, but I didn't separate it out. Okay. Okay, where are we? Did I check in the changes?
2 hours ago.
No, that's push. I'm talking about check-in.
Oh.
Example ballot. What the heck? Oh, crap. Did it wrong again. Okay, unstage. I want to stage that one. Example ballot. Okay, now we've got these changes. Okay. It'd be nice to review those more closely. Oh, this one is just bogus. Normally I would go through and rebase the history to get rid of that, but dir name's not used. What the heck? Yeah. The editors insert stuff every once in a while. All right. Okay, so now we have our failing test case. And basically you're thinking that if we take the thing that reverses the order out, then we'll win, right?
I think you got another error there, which I don't understand. But certainly taking out the reverse could bring us closer, I would think. But, we may get the same result. We could get the same result. based on the numbers you get.
Okay. All right, so it's probably in the double processing, so we'll try this.
It looks like it's in double processing. And you made a set, so I don't know why you get doubles in the set.
Okay, well, we are in, why isn't it showing us item? Oh, block, local. I see.
Okay, 534, I'm gonna have to, I'll leave this on, so talk aloud.
Oh, you got to go now?
Just briefly, I'll just say.
Okay.
If, you know, if you want to finish up, that's okay. But if you want to do a little more, you just talk aloud, and I can listen to the recording.
Okay. All right.
Maybe back in a few minutes. See that. Check out what's happening again right here.
All righty. I wonder which ID we're on here. Why am I not getting any ID? Oh, member swag. Oh, that's nice. We can just hover over it. Double. Is that? Yes votes. Okay, where's vote data? There's vote data. Member swag, yes. First one is GXAE. And the next one is GXAE. Yes votes, filter.
I was asking.
No votes has X. All right, so GXAE is in the yes votes. And the no votes, there's GXAE, okay. And then double votes. There's double votes. Here's double votes. Oh, that's not an array. Oh wait, double votes voter. GXAE, TX2 adder.
What? Not in the world. Count equals
So there's 14 transactions from that guy. And what is yes adder?
That's the account for yes votes.
Yeah, I just mean specifically because
Why do you have 3 equal signs?
that's how you compare things in JavaScript. If you don't do that, it does all kinds of weird coercions that make it so that the string 1 and the number 1 are equal, and sometimes on Tuesdays it's not, and it's crazy. Have you ever seen these?
Strict equality. I thought
But there's these really horrible things. Yeah. Yeah, square brackets equals not, square brackets, yes. It's just bizarro. If the double equals just should never be uttered in JavaScript.
I thought it was difference between equal value or the same object.
Well, whatever, the double equal sign no one understands it. Where is yes adder? There's yes adder. 3v9 and the double votes. There's 3v9. Okay. So it should probably say no. It should, right? Else, if your count equals no adder, keep going.
What is it? What value does it have for ACCT?
Uh, 1. Oh, I used in instead of. Crap. 4in is another thing that should never be uttered. It's not part of JavaScript, the good parts.
They just did that to make it different from Dash, huh?
Well, 4in was the original for loop in JavaScript, but it does all kinds of weird things again. So 4of came along later and does it sanely. What just happened? Let's see. Oh, okay. So now we got fewer failures.
It looks good, yeah. Amazing. Or better. Okay, now we have the reverse issue. I think.
Now we have the what?
The reverse issue.
Well, I took out the reverse.
You did take out the reverse, huh? So Roadrunner. Expected 1, actual 2. Those they were still not getting the double ones, huh? Oh, the actual was 2. But we didn't add 1 to it. But maybe why don't you uncomment the yes found and no found echo.
Okay.
I mean, there's other things we can do. I mean, that's how I debug in shell.
I'm going to use console log for debug logging and echo for actual program output. I'm going to take out the look mono network for a sec here.
So who are we looking at here? Let's pick somebody.
Okay, so the first one that's goofy is member swag.
I wonder why you have to get that one first. But
It's the first one in the file. I think it's the first one comes back from the network, I think.
I think I got a different order because I got it off RChain. Well, it was unordered or something. I don't know.
Oh, you're right. When it goes into the registry, when the JSON goes into Rolang, it gets put in some canonical order.
It's supposed to be sorted, I think. I don't know what canonical. That's the same thing. Okay, so we're looking at swag, and we see that we had an account of 1 and 2. And then we had an alert, and we had a no found, and we end up with a 1 and a 1.
I have a yes found.
No, the first vote was a yes. So that stays the same, right? We subtract 1 from the no's.
Okay, but you said something about no found. This prints yes found.
I made an error. Okay, so this is fine. We have a 1. We had the only difference is I have a 1 and a 3. Wait, jeez. I have a 1 and a 2. Okay, then we have a yes found. And then we have a 1 and a 1. That's correct.
Okay, then let me just change the test expected results.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the next one.
Why the coyote is the next one with the reported test failure.
Okay, so I didn't get any alert for a wily coyote.
So the answers are 2 and 2.
The answers are 1 and 2.
Well, I got 2 yes votes for Wile E. Coyote.
That's interesting.
Let's see what we got there.
Yes.
I mean, we can run it and see. So, bloop. No, not that one. Bloop. Wile E. Coyote. The yes votes. That's pretty clearly 2 different URLs. Is that just probably because I collected data after you did or something?
No, I just collected it real time again. And so you're saying that the from address.
I mean, if we grab that address right now.
Okay, yeah, there's definitely 2 in there, but we don't that's what the unique is for. That's why we make it a set. So we won't count the same one twice.
There's 2 different strings here.
Well, there's two votes in the same string. Okay, you have 2 different ones.
Yeah. So if we grab this, copy, and we go look on the network. No, it's what? What's the path? Here.
That's not weird. You're right, there's two different addresses there.
We got GXAE, and PGQC. So this looks correct to me. So I'm inclined to change the expected output on that one. So then we got Roadrunner. Roadrunner, yes.
Yeah.
GXAE, PGQC. So again, I'm inclined to change the expected outcome. So that's one test case, right?
Yep.
And you can see how to, you can put more votes on the chain and then cache them and stick the results in another test directory and say what the expected results should be and so on.
Right. I think I have to look at it again. I mean, this is yeah.
And this stuff really belongs over in the test directory, but whatever. So now,
So this was working when I had files. The latest version, I'm not using files, but somehow it's counting 2 lines as only 1 line. Doesn't make any sense.
okay, well, meanwhile, I don't know if you want, so what we should do is make it so that we should extract the expected results from the test out of the JavaScript so that you can also use it from Bash. Anyway, we can either make.
We won't need the bash one anymore. I'm just,
Well, we have to have 2. Well, we agreed to have multiple implementations. So on those grounds, the Bash one is still valuable. I don't know if you want to continue to maintain it or do a different one, but.
well, if you look at this, you look at this for a minute. I should probably get off. We're going to share my screen, all right?
I want to know if you want to merge this pull request.
Oh,
or if we want to continue.
Yes, merging.
Well, you should merge it because the practice here is that someone else looks at the code. So I want evidence that someone else looked at the code. You should at least approve it.
Okay, so I go to pull requests here, and let's see, I have to.
You can just hit the merge button if you want.
Word of tally, shelter JS. Okay, and yeah, I think I've already reviewed it, so I can just merge it. I guess I could have looked it over quickly again, but it's merged.
Okay.
Okay, here's this is the bizarre thing here. See Wile E. Coyote here? Okay, here's the yes nodes, right? Clearly 2 of them. Then it says 1. Now down here it says 1. Right? And then if we look at that back here, it says 1. That's correct. There's 3 no votes. That's correct. Okay, it's just this guy that's wrong. This one has 2 yes votes. Here it counted correctly, 2 yes votes.
My only suggestion is to stick your shell script into shell check.
Shell check.
It's an online service. Somebody did a labor of love. It's a thing that, yeah, you could just select all and copy your thing and paste it into shell check. I don't know, it is .org or something. Just try it real quick. You can grab it off GitHub easier, maybe. I don't know. Okay, there you go.
And we put it. What is it? Shell check?
Yeah, I don't know the whole URL. Shell check. That's the one. Paste. And then there you go. So it will.
Okay, I knew about the double quotes issue because I knew that these things don't have.
Yeah. Shell quoting gives me nightmares, so I have to run away now.
Apply fixes.
That was kind of cool.
Oh. Oops. Paste. What? Still miscounts it. Just for the first one. And if we look at we have echo. I see the problem. Duh. There's no $sign here.
Ah.
So I broke it when I changed it to variables from files. And I didn't test it. I assumed I didn't have a test program.
Right.
To see if I broke anything.
Exactly.
All right. Did I not write it? Two. He's right. So the other ones were just right because they were one. Mostly. Okay. Yes, dear, I'm done.
No, this is why it's good to have independent implementations and test cases.
Whoops. That's not what I want to do. But I'll
Yeah.
put it later. And I'm not sure. Well, okay, guy. Take care. I'm in trouble. I went out there to see if there was anything I needed to do. It's like, she already did it. It's already.
Uh-oh.
Take care.